What's up everybody? Rollin here, and Phase 6 coming soon in Classic WoW. Pretty exciting, it's coming out December 1st, and it just got announced a few days ago as of me making this video. So kind of bittersweet, you know, it's the final chapter to a game a lot of us thought would never even come out, including myself. But here we are, the final chapter, and this is going to be the Mage PvP best in slot gear for Phase 6. And again, gear is always subjective. You know, everyone has different playstyles, different opinion on what they think is best. But in general, I think a lot of people would agree this or something very close to this would be the best in slot for Phase 6, and I guess really best in slot for the entire game. So, let's get into it. So for helm, you know, tier 3 helm is the best helm in the game, really no question, whether you're a PvEer or a PvPer. You know, this is medium priority in my opinion, going into Phase 6 if you're a PvPer. And then I have the 100 HP. I always prefer to go with HP enchants for PvP. For neck, you know, we have the 2% crit neck from KT, insane. But really, in my opinion, this is still kind of low priority, as at least for PvP. You know, the AQ40 neck is still really good. And then I also wanted to just make a quick note of the Malice Stone Pendant that's coming out in Phase 6. Overall solid, has 10 spell penetration. You know, in Phase 6, spell penetration isn't quite as important just because it's a little bit easier to come by. But this would be a good alternative as well. But again, neck kind of low priority, but KT neck really is the best neck. So for shoulders, we have the rank 13 shoulders. You know, me, I always like to go for the 3 out of 6 rank 13 set, just for the extra stamina, the blink cooldown, really crucial in my opinion. I would go for the rank 13 over the tier 3, just for a little bit more stam, getting the set bonus, and you get 10 spell penetration, which the tier 3 shoulders do not have. And then we get new shoulder enchants in Phase 6. So we get spell damage and spell crit. So just want to point that out as well. Now Cloak, you know, we have the Saffron Cloak. Probably the best cloak in the game really, but again, kind of low priority. If you have the AQ40 cloak from Cthulhu or Cape of Trinity, really Cape of Trinity might even be the way to go since we don't need hit anymore really. A 1% crit is nice, but not needed. Probably medium priority depending on the cloak you have now, but you could easily go with Cape of Trinity or the Saffron Cloak for PvP. Now chest, I mean, again, pretty easy. Tier 3 robe is the best robe in the game, hands down. You know, maybe medium to high priority for this. It's amazing chest, and whether you're a PvEer or a PvPer, you know, this is the best chest in the game in my opinion. For bracers, we have tier 3 bracers again. Best bracers in the game in my opinion. Pretty much an upgraded AQ20 bracers. And again, we don't need any hit on our bracers, so you know, definitely the way to go is tier 3 for bracers. So I have gloves here, the rank 13 gloves. Again, the mana shield bonus for me, I like to have it personally, but it's not needed. So if you wanted to go with the tier 3 gloves, you know, really no big deal. You could easily swap those out. But again, I'm getting a piece of rank 13 gear for the bonuses. So that's why I chose to go with the gloves rank 13. And for belt, you know, I think Eye Stalk is still the way to go. It has crit damage. The tier 3 belt doesn't have crit, so I'd prefer to use the Eye Stalk waist cord still. And for pants, you know, rank 13 pants, the tier 3 pants have hit instead of crit, so I would go for the rank 13 pants. And again, that gets me my 3 set bonus for the blink bonus, which I like to have. So for boots, tier 3 boots, you know, pretty easy choice here. We don't need the hit from the rank 13 boots like you might have in the past. And these are one of the only boots with crit since really tier 1 boots, so pretty easy choice here again, tier 3 boots. Now rings, I think, are something you might switch in and out a lot, and there's a ton of rings in the game now, and me personally, I still prefer the Rag Ring, Band of Sulfuras, just for, you know, the high intellect it has. Again, you don't really need the hit as much, don't even really need the crit as much. So I would go for the Ragnaros Ring, but again, you can switch these out for a lot. And then I would go with the Tier 3 ring, you know, really solid. You know, again, assuming you don't need the hit, which come phase 6, it's going to be a lot easier to get the hit, so no big deal. Trinkets, of course, always swapping in and out, so there's really no best in slot, it's all situational. But just wanted to point out the new trinket coming out in phase 6. You know, Insane Trinket, it's basically like Toep and Tier combined. You know, insane. Probably medium priority though, again, because you're switching out trinkets all the time. So Wand, I have the Patchwork Wand. I would probably prefer that just because it has a little bit of stats. But really at this point, any wand would work. You're probably wondering, well, what about the KT wand? You know, in my opinion, for PvP, it's still low priority because there's no stats on it. So wand can pretty much go with any wand with stats. Even if you wanted to go with the KT wand, it's fine. But me personally, I'd probably do Wand of Fates over everything. Offhand, of course, offhand is always going to change. Just put Skull here. You know, again, offhand is pretty low priority for PvP since you're always swapping that in and out. Now, here is, you know, kind of the pinnacle of Nax, right, is Wraithblade. Especially if you're someone who's rank 14, you know, you've probably been waiting to upgrade this, and, you know, hands down, this is the best one-handed weapon in the game. No question about it. So Wraithblade, that's high priority in my opinion. Yeah, nothing really else to say. It's the best one-handed weapon in the game. So hopefully that helps, guys. Again, this is the Mage PvP best in slot gear. Again, in general, just going for 3 pieces of rank 13, filling in phase 6 gear with the rest. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what, you know, kind of setup you guys are going to go for in phase 6. And then real quick, I also just wanted to go over the set bonuses for Tier 3, since some of you might be wondering, you know, well, what about the set bonuses? Is it worth it? Well, take this with a grain of salt because I've never actually had full Tier 3, never had it on vanilla or private servers, so I'm not too sure. Just kind of by reading it, you know, the 2 set is really good, of course. 4 set, you know, I assume that's really good as well. I don't really know the proc chance on it. The 6 set, again, this is something I'd probably have to experiment with a little bit to see how high the proc rate is. You know, it has a potential to be amazing as well. So if you wanted to go for the 6 out of 9 Tier 3, you know, you could definitely do that pretty easy. I would probably take away the gloves and go with the Tier 3 gloves to get the set bonus if you wanted to go for that. And then the 8 set, of course, completely useless for PvP. Don't need to worry about that at all. So there it is, guys. Phase 6 gear, the final chapter in Classic WoW. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next one.